Oh well. Did I make a new one? Oh no! Oh heck, did I mess up? Hold on. No? No. I'm good. YouTube streaming scary. YouTube streaming scary. Hello! Akashia! I am doing a Sabaton set list. Wait. It's gonna be a bit smaller. I tried learning some new songs, but I could only learn 2. So, got 10 songs. Plus history! Yay! And I made my own chat box for this. Or set list box and photo snoop. Okay, I'm gonna grab my water from the freezer. I'm back! Sabaton has more than one song, that's correct. They have like a lot. Hello, Two Little Smokes. Hello, Team Triple. I just realized my choice for BGM might be a little weird and I should change it. I've got a new accessory today too that I am excited to show you. start with Ghost Division. No, I mean, that one's on there, but it wasn't first. But you know what? We can switch the order. We can switch the order. I just want to prep you that it's gonna be like Ghost Division. I don't have a really good metal screamy voice, so it's gonna be it's it's gonna be interesting. They did come out with a new song, Templars. I really liked it. I wasn't able to learn it in time though, since I'm already saying hi. There we go. I changed it. Mine was a little bit too poppy. Hopefully Midway. I was not. Bismarck is on the list. I wasn't able to learn Midway, in time, unfortunately. Or Dreadnought. I only have 2 new songs. I was out for 4 days and I listened to nothing but Sabaton. But listening to Sabaton in a car when you're talking with friends isn't a very good learning period. So we'll have to do, I guess, another Sabaton karaoke down the line. Oh no, and I learned some more. So I only have 2 new ones, unfortunately. Is there a Discord? There is a Discord. I do karaoke's every Wednesday, but I pick a theme, and I'm a weeb, okay? I am a weeb, so you're gonna get a lot of Japanese anime music. Cause last week was Love Live. There we go. Last week was Love Live. Next week is probably gonna be anime OPs. Next week is gonna probably be classic anime OPs, anime insert songs. That's probably what's gonna be. Something a little easier for me. I just realized. Hold on. Boing. Can I? Haha! There we go. There we go. Now I don't have pigtails floating in space. Do you like? I made the set list myself, like the box. I made it. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud. I think it's nice. I think it's neat. I have to do the legally obligated Twitter posting. Give me 1 minute. Oh no. Why do I feel like a goober. I don't know how to get the link for my own stream. I am a goober. I am also not gonna lie. I was a little bit late because I was listening to Don't Touch My Clogs. I was listening to Don't Touch My Clogs. Sorry, I'm late. No, you're not late. See, we do a little bit of a chatting portion so everyone gets time to come in. Don't worry. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Vanille. Percy says hi, by the way. There we go. What? My cat. My cat says hi. Sing the Canadian national anthem. Okay, we can open with the Canadian national anthem, and I won't put it on the set list. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for O Canada? We'll use it as a test. We'll use it as a test for the audio. Hello. we're doing an audio test right now, and then we're gonna go into Sabaton. So, get ready for some national pride. Oh. Let me know how it sounds. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. There we go. How is that? How is the volume? Do I need to turn it down a little? Do I need to turn it down a little? Is it okay? There we go. Our super secret, awesome first song. Oh, Canada. Don't worry, Speedy. This is archived, so you will be able to watch it at any time. I'm just about to sing Ghost Division. Would you like me to put it later in the list so that you can hear it? Would you like me to put it near the end? Or do you want to hang around for 4 more minutes so you can hear it? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If I don't get a reply, I'll move it down. I'm gonna be blasting this all week. Let's go. All right, I will do it now, and then you can come back very early in the VOD for it. Leave it at the beginning like a Sabaton concert. Okay, okay. Yeah, Sabaton karaoke. Oh, I guess you saw the second one. Okay, okay, okay. Well, we know the second song now. We know the second song. All right. Keep in mind. Keep in mind. I don't have a metal voice, so you're just gonna get all right. Passes the wind, the invasion has begun. Shaking the ground with the force of 1,000 guns. First in the line of fire, first in the hostile and tanks leading the way. Leading the way. Charging the lines with the force of a furious storm. Fast as a lightning phantom swarm. 200 miles at nightfall, taken within a day, that's earning their name, earning their fame. They are the Panzer Elite, born to compete, never retreat. Ghost Division, living or dead, always ahead, fed by your dread. Always ahead as the blitzkrieg rages on. Breaking morale with the sound of blazing guns. First in the line of fire, first into hostile land, tanks leading the way. Leading the way. Leaving a trail of destruction through a foreign land. Massive assault lived to serve the Nazi plan. Communications broken, phantoms too far away, thus earning their name, earning the fame. They are the Panzer elite, born to compete, never retreat. Ghosted vision, living or dead, always ahead, fed by your dread. Let me see if I can pull up the history for this one really quick. The 7th Panzer Division invaded Belgium and France in 1940 under the command of General Major Erwin Rommel. The division was nicknamed La Division Fantôme by the French, which translates to Ghost Division for its speed, agility, and surprise tactics. Pushing the front line forth with a tremendous force. Reaching the way for the Panzer Corps. First in the line of fire, first into hostile land, tanks leading the way, claiming the fame. They are the Panzer elite, born to compete, never retreat. Ghost division, living or dead, always ahead, fed by your dread. Panzer elite, born to compete, never retreat. Ghost division, living or dead, always ahead, fed by your dread. Wow! Big Sabaton, they've been playing for 17 years? Dang! What is this? Why was I recommended a VTuber sing Sabaton? I have not sung Hearts of Iron yet. I only know a few. So my history with Sabaton is, some of you may know what this is, many of you may not. I play Azur Lane, which is an anime boat waifu game. It's an anime boat waifu game, and back in like year 2, everyone was excited, okay? Because we were waiting for Bismarck. And the ship. And in the same week that Sabaton releases Bismarck, Azur Lane makes a teaser using the lyrics of Bismarck. And we're like, oh, is she coming? Is she coming? And yes, she came. So my friends and I got into Sabaton because Azur Lane tweeted Sabaton's lyrics as a teaser for the Bismarck ship release. And we're like, oh, this is good. Can we get me doing if you want death metal vocals, it's gonna be like Ghost Division. It's not gonna be good. I can't do it. Ghost Division. Bismarck is so fire. You found them through Panzerkampf. We all have our ways to enlightenment. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not the only like Azur Lane fan out there. There's like a corporate VTuber named Pipkin Pippa that got a Bismarck outfit. Like, she loves Bismarck. In Azur Lane, she likes Sabaton, and she got an official outfit that's like Azur Lane style, so she's a ship girl. Imagine living your dreams like that. That's so cool. Death metal, the problem, you can learn to do the death metal, but can you learn to do the death metal safely is the question. Can you learn to do it safely? That's always the hard part. Because you could shred your voice. You could shred your voice really, really, really easy. And that's not good. Primo Victoria! Oh, you guys, that one's on here, but it's not next because we have this one. I just learned it, so please pardon if I am not as great. Please pardon if I'm not as great. I just learned it. Here we go. 40 to 1. Ah, we'll see. I have room for encores at the end. So we could do 40 to 1. We could. I have room. I have time for encore songs at the end. I picked like 10 songs and then I made sure I had room for more. So. There we go.
From the depths of hell in silence, cast their spells, explosive violence, Russian nighttime flight, perfected, flawless vision, undetected. Pushing on and on, their planes are growing strong, Air Force #1. Somewhere down below, they're looking for the foe, bombers on the run. You can't hide, you can move, just abide, their attack's been proved. Silent through the night, the witches join the fight, never miss the mark. Canvas, wings of death, prepare to meet your fate. Night Bomber Regiment 588. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell their story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, self-perfected. Foes are losing ground, retreating to the sound. Death is in the air. Suddenly appears, confirming all your fears. Strike from witch's lair. Target found, come around. Battleground. Rodina awaits to feed them at the gates. Live to fight and fly. Canvas, wings of death, prepare to meet your fate. Night Bomber Regiment 588. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, self-perfected.
Oh, Sabaton, no! Here's your little history blip. A total of 261 Russian women served as pilots during the lifetime of the 558th Night Bomber Regiment. They were nicknamed the Night Witches for their stealthy attacks, and only 32 of them died in service.
Beneath the starlight of the heavens, unlikely heroes in the skies, as they appear on the horizon. The wind will whisper when the night witches come. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell their story. Aviation, deviation, undetected, self-perfected. From the depths of hell in silence, cast their spells, explosive violence. Russian nighttime flight, perfected, flawless vision, undetected.
Gasp. There you go. Nachtexen, yeah! Nachtexen! Started listening to Sabaton because some guy said, "Oh, thank you for the hearts." A band that'll make you patriotic for a country you never lived in. Right? Hello. Someone says Sabaton, yeah! I have a very eclectic music taste. I like listening to weeb anime music and a classical fusion and classical piano music and orchestras and Sabaton and it's really out there. The only genres I'm not a fan of too much is country. Asterisk, because there are some country songs I like. You can rock it on the banjo. There are some good country songs. It's just modern country songs. It's kind of like a weird pop country mix where they're always talking about their trucks. And French rap. I don't know. French rap just doesn't hit. French is too soft of a language. They don't have the hard consonants. Because they write 50 letters and only pronounce 5 of them. So French rap does not hit as hard. Oh, nice! I'm a boomer Vocaloid fan. All of my favorite Vocaloid songs are probably old enough to vote. You'll go to concert on November. Let's go. I got to go to a concert a few years ago. It was in a little bar. It was like a 2-story bar. So it was the main floor and then there was like the basement. And imagine just this circle, like an itty-bitty coliseum, okay? They were on a stage in the basement. There was a mosh pit on the basement floor. And then there was like, the first floor had a circular viewing area down. Like you were watching from a coliseum. And it was tiny, but they crammed like 200 people in there. And I went down to the basement floor, to the mosh pit, so I could get close and see them. And everyone was so nice. They like moved out of the way because I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 152 centimeters. And they saw that I was short and I couldn't see, so they kind of just moved out of the way so I could see. It was good. Songs about fast cars and loves. Oh, I love Eurobeat. I love Eurobeat. I love Eurobeat. I like dubstep. I like electro swing. I like big band. I just really like music. So, oh my god, I'm short. I'm tiny. I'm small. I'm certified small. So, which ones did I put next? My favorite VTuber, now thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I didn't realize I was maple leaf colored until it was too late, and now I just accept that I have the Canadian flag on my chest at all times, it seems. Certified Canadian tuber. What's next? What's next? Oh, it's my favorite! You're short, I is. There we go. My favorite. The one that got me into Sabaton. I'm not gonna read their history facts. I'm gonna give you my own personal history fact. Wow! Alright. Your personal history fact for this one is my great-grandpa was supposed to be on the Bismarck, but he caught a 24-hour case of leprosy. He got boils all over his body, as if divine intervention to take him off the ship. So he went on the Prinz Eugen, and I have photos of the Bismarck. I have photos of the Bismarck taken from the Prinz Eugen. And the German National History Museum borrowed them, and they are now in a library. They scanned them, and they are now in a library in Germany. But I still have the physical copies. From the mist, a ship is taking form, and the silence of the sea's about to drift into a storm. Sign of power, show force, raise the anchor, battleships plotting its course. Pride of a nation, a beast made of steel, Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean. He was made to rule the waves across the 7 seas, to lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine, the terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. 2,000 men and 50,000 tons of steel set the course for the Atlantic with the Allies on their heel. Firepower, firefight, battle stations keep the target steady in sight. Into formation, the
Vandamnation. The fleet is coming. He was made to rule the waves across the seven seas. To lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. At the bottom of the ocean, the depths of the abyss, they're bound by iron and blood. The flagship of the Navy, the terror of the seas, his guns have gone silent at last. Pride of a nation, a beast made of steel. Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean. He was made to rule the waves across the seven seas. To lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. To lead the war machine, rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. To lead the war machine, rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine.
There we go. Fun personal history fact. I have photos of it. And hello, Bulgarian. So, that is a fun, interesting fact. I also have a little 1/20th size, it's like a different brand of Lego. It's called Kobe blocks. I have a little Bismarck, Graf Zeppelin, and Prinz Eugen. I have those three. I only built Bismarck. I still have to build Prinz and Graf. Part of me wonders what my family would think when it's like they served in a horrible war and I'm just sitting here being like, haha, big city anime lady. I'm a disappointment. Thanks for the history lesson, no problem. See, that's the fun part of Sabaton karaoke's is they're modern bards. They really are. Like, a bard's job not only was to entertain, but was to chronicle and spread the word of deeds, right? People would commission bards to write songs about their accomplishments. And they're very much bards in the modern day sense. Yeah, I got Wiggle. With the Wiggle box. So, I think it's fun when I do Sabaton lists that I give the history. There we go. After the Prince Eugen returned, he was stationed as a border guard in Norway, so we have some photos of the Norwegian countryside. He was just stationed in the middle of frickin' nowhere, Norway. So we got some nice pictures of the Norwegian countryside. So I'm very, very thankful that he was spared the horrors of what... Or at least I hope he was spared most of the horrors of what happened in there. They showed a bunch of World War II vets. Some of the... See, I wouldn't want to do that. I would not want to show Azur Lane or Kantai collection images or like anime. Here's the thing, okay? Those people like lived this, okay? People died. They were taken away from their families, right? And served in a war that they may or may not have believed in. They may or may not have done terrible things. And then now you're like, haha, big anime lady. Kind of like... I feel like if I had served in that kind of traumatizing thing, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd probably be like, oh, she looks nice, but I'd probably get a little bit of PTSD. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they're probably like, oh, that's a nice picture, but they probably, you just triggered them. Yeah, they would like the designs. They would like the designs because it's so far removed from what actually happened. But you're like, yeah, that's Bismarck. And then you're just sitting there with a guy that's like, I died that day. Like, I feel like you might accidentally trigger some people very badly by doing that. But you never know. You never know. You never know. I missed the Bismarck! It's okay. This is archived. You can watch it anytime, every time, all the time. Yeah. Anytime, every time, all the time. You might have missed it live, but you can watch it forevermore. Unlike my Twitch karaokes that just disappear. You have to go, no! Pain! Pain! Pain. They're idealistic depictions. They are idealistic. 40 to 1 now? We can do it a bit later. Let me just see what I got on the list. Ooh, I like this next one. Triggered alert. Well, that's where it comes from. It's you tell me there are we can put them on there. I only put 10 songs on the list so that I could add more. I do know Carolus Rex. And we'll add, I'll slap it in here. We'll add 40 to 1 here. Okay. So I'm gonna do. So Dio here. I want to keep it a little bit. Hee ha ha. There we go. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna take this down and ooh. Okay, it goes. Oh no, I was like stretching it. Oopsies. Okay. Oh. Okay, that goes. We're gonna have to make this smaller. We'll see. Oopie doodles. Aha! Okay, there we go. Now I've added some. Hi! I marked! There we go. See, once we're done the stream, I go in and I timestamp them in the description. So if you want to listen to a specific song, you can just go and listen to it at any time. So I keep a separate little document list of all the songs that I've sung so that I can go in and update that. Instrumental cover and lyric video. Okay, here we go. Boom. Boom. This is this person's personal intro. draft of 1917, a man from Tennessee. Overseas through the trenches he went from the land of the free. Into war he brought two things along, a rifle and his faith. Joined the ranks as a private assigned to 338. There on that day, Southern York entered the fray, saving the day, 82nd all the way. Into the fires of hell, the Argonne, hero to be. Entered the war from over the sea, intervened 1918 all the way from Tennessee. Hill 223. When his faith has been put to the test, a call to arms he heeds. On the 8th of October he went, made a sergeant for his deeds. Fearless and leading into the war, machine gun on the hill. Charged the enemy, taking the prisoners by power of his will. There on that day, Sergeant York entered the fray, saving the day, 82nd all the way. Into the fires of hell, the Argonne, hero to be. Entered the war from over the sea, intervened 1918 all the way from Tennessee. Hill 223. Oh, hello. What Sergeant York achieved that day would echo to the USA. It's 82nd all the way, death from above, what they now say. What Sergeant York achieved that day echoes from France to the USA. It's 82nd all the way, death from above, what they now say. I forgot my Twitch alerts are on, sorry. Into the fires of hell, the Argonne, hero to be. Enter the war from over the sea, intervene 1918 all the way from Tennessee. Hail 220, hell the Argonne, hero to be. Enter the war from over the sea, intervene 1918 all the way from Tennessee. Hail 223. Wow! I do need a metal outfit. Mom and Neil sent me a picture of the rat from the bear in the big blue house. Why did she send me that? She had no context. Why did she send me a gif of the rat from the bear in the big blue house? No. Okay. A little history bite for this one. The rat? Yeah, it's like a blue rat guy. It's a little itty bitty mouse rat thing. In 1918, Alvin York from Tennessee led the 82nd Infantry Division against the German defensive machine gun nests on Hill 223. He captured 132 German soldiers. York became one of America's most celebrated heroes and acquired numerous medals, including the Congressional Medal of Honor. The ratning. Rat. Rat crew, rat crew, rat crew, rat crew. Here we go. I'm looking up the history for the next one ahead of time. Dipple Dug. Oh, I said it. Well, I guess I might as well. Whoa! It's Devil Dogs! So you've probably noticed that Sabaton is made for alto and bass males and not light soprano females. So there may be times when I bottom out on the song because I don't have the range. Ooh. I do think I'm doing better than my last one though, because my range has improved. It has improved. So don't worry, Blank Unknown. This is archived, so you can watch this anytime, all the time, anywhere. This will be up foreversies, so you can come back and watch any of these. And I'll be it'll probably take me about half an hour, but I'll have all of the songs time-stamped in the description afterwards. So you can go to any song you want. Yeah, it's good vocal training. I can sing the Queen of the Night aria from Mozart's Magic Flute, so that's my high range. I can go high, I just can't go low. Oh, it's auto-suggesting Devil Trigger karaoke. Put my Devil Trigger. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, hey, there's a clip of me on there. Hey, yo. From a year ago. There's a clip of me singing Devil Dogs. Let's go. Hello. I can't believe it. There's a clip of me singing it. Oh, oh, oh. That's so cool. It's just a clip of me singing it by Bakery Clips. It's just a clip of the last time I sang this, which is so cool. Sorry, I think it's really, really neat when people clip. Thank you. Thank you. Close your eyes and hum, then focus on pushing that resonant feeling lower. One of the things that so there's multiple ways you can do it, but the most versatile one is Señor, Señorita. When you want to practice your singing, you go Señor, Señorita, and you can go up or down with it, because you can go Señor, Señorita. And it's good breath vocal training, because then you can try and do it in one breath. So you can go low too and be like, Señor, Señorita. And you can go up or down and you take it. And you do it. So I'll give you your fun history fact beforehand. Devil Dogs was how the Germans described the ferocious US Marines who had taken the fight to the enemy during the Battle of Belleau in France, 1918. The fearless Marines assaulted the advancing German lines at Hill 142 5 times and failed. However, their 6 attempts proved successful, and they eliminated the German presence from the forest. So. Boom. This is again. Woo. I'm just gonna link it here. This guy makes instrumental covers, which I appreciate. Ah! I wasn't emotionally prepared. Kill, fight, die, that's what a soldier should do. Top of the game, earning their name. They were the Devil Dogs in a war machine. They were the USA Marines. 1918, USA intervened. Until now, they were mainly observing. They're in the wheat fields in a small piece of land. It's a battle that will write history. 5 times attacked and then 5 times repelled. And the 6th time they managed to break the line. Heart of the
soldiers should do. Top of their game, earning their name. They were the devil dogs. They were a war machine. They were the USA Marines. In times they are needed, such times they appear. When a leader has fallen, a hero will rise and inspire the lost to glorious deeds. And forget the name they'll live on to this day. When in times they are needed, such times they appear. When a leader has fallen, a hero will rise and inspire the lost to glorious deeds. And forget the name they'll live on to this day. Come on, you sons of bitches! Do you want to live forever?
Toad leading the army.
Come on, you sons of bitches! Do you want to live forever?
Okay, serious.
Second to none, never read and again. Rising hell as they're fighting like dogs of war. Heart of the core, and a part of the Lord. The deadliest weapon on earth. Kill, fight, die, that's what a soldier should do. Top of their game, earning their name. They were the devil dogs in a war machine. They were the USA and sins. Then they're the devil dogs of war. And then always are the USA Marines. I'm sorry, I had to. I had to, I'm sorry. The toad voice spoke to me.
The toad voice, it spoke to me. Ah. There we go. Oh no, do they not have a web page for this one? Oh no, I don't want spoofy. I'm secretly Toad, yeah. Secretly me. Secretly me. It is so hard to find the lyrics for this. It looks like they haven't posted it on their website. I like this song because it makes me cry. Toadette arc, yeah. I do not know Shirayama. I have a limited list of ones I know. Unfortunately. In proportion, check out Oi! Oi, Kranag! Oi! Oi! Do they even have... Oh, they do? Okay. Let me open link a new tab. Alright. Historic calendar. There we go. The timeline behind every one of their songs. Okay. Okay, so it's not a timeline of all of their songs. When... I'm gonna need help finding the history for this one. Ooh, I'm gonna need help for the history for this one because I want to do it right. Uncommon mid-afternoon, yes. It's mid-afternoon. Because I can sing without worry about being loud. I don't have to worry about my volume. I can be as loud as I want. Wait, which one? The next song makes me cry every single time. And I want to make sure I get the history right because it's probably the most important one not to mess up. You could sing Unkillable Soldier because it's all over war. I only know certain ones of Sabaton, so my list is pretty small, unfortunately, because I know a lot of them, but not well enough to sing, is the thing. For which song? The Final Solution is a song about the creation and execution of Auschwitz. Auschwitz was a death camp where Jewish people, disabled people, and LGBT people, and political enemies and people who looked at the wrong way were sent to die. Mostly Jewish people. Mostly Jewish people. They were sent and they were killed en masse. And there are mass graves in Germany. And you'll find a lot of towns have memorials to the people, the Jewish people who lived there, who died. A terrible time. A terrible time. Auschwitz itself is open to the public if you want to go. And they have, I think it's the Hall of Many Faces. Where is it? Yes, it is a direct nod to one of the Angry Mustache Man's speeches, which he proposed a final solution to the Jewish problem in his words. Many millions of people were killed. Millions of people were killed. They don't die there. They got murdered. They did get murdered. They did absolutely get murdered. Absolutely. You know, it is definitely not joke time. I'm sorry. There we go. The Tower of Faces in the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum is a tower filled with photographs of the people who died there. But there is, in Auschwitz, it's, here we go. Where is it? Fallen leaves. More than 10,000 iron faces with open mouths cut from heavy round iron plates cover the floor of the ground in the void. It is an installation that you are meant to walk through as you are stepping on the lives and graves of the people who died there. That's what I was looking for. In silence. And you just hear the clinking of the metal beneath your feet. There was many horrific things that happened at Auschwitz, and it's very important that we don't forget. It's very important that we never forget what happened. I was hoping they don't have a page for it on there that I can find. I understand because it is a very broad and hard topic to talk about. In the song, they'll go into it. Essentially, post-World War I, Germany was in an economic crisis. the value of a Deutschmark was so low, it was worth more as kindling for fire than actual monetary value. And in this time, a very charismatic person came and told everyone that all of their problems would be solved if we just did this and did this, and if we just got rid of these people, life would be better. If we just got rid of these people, life would be better. And through programs like Hitler Youth, where they indoctrinated children at a very young age, as well as military propaganda, news propaganda, spreading of rumors in towns, and using the news, they pinned many things on Jewish people and made everyone believe that the reason for their economic hardships and their life hardships was because of them. And if they could just get rid of them, those problems wouldn't be there. And thus he proposed Auschwitz, an internment camp. We'll just take them and put them somewhere else. Auschwitz wasn't even in Germany. The rumors didn't work. It did. They did work. They did work because there are still people to this day who were part of Hitler Youth that do believe that. And so he took power, and many of these places were made, Auschwitz being the most famous. The problem, Lawrence, is in a room of 10 people with one murderer and 9 people that stay silent. How many killers do you really have? That's the issue. That's the issue. 60% not giving a damn is 60% that didn't do anything. So, that is the history of this song. It is a bop. I like it. But it's very sad. Yeah, 10. It's a bop, but it's very sad. So we'll go on to that one. I'm afraid I don't speak Russian. There was a room filled with the boots of people who put them off before stepping into the chamber, and in front of this mountain, a small red one. Yeah, it hits hard. I know that, there we go. I know that it's very hard. It's emotionally hard to process. It's very emotionally hard to process. It's very emotionally hard to process. So. Yeah. So, I will sing this one. There we go. I'll sing this one. Then we'll take a nice little break and lighten the mood a bit. But I just wanted to convey how important the song is. Country in depression, nation in despair, one man seeking reasons everywhere, growing hate and anger, the Fuhrer's orders were precise. Who was to be blamed and pay the price? Wicked propaganda, turning neighbors into foes. Soldiers of the Third Reich switching homes.
And then the former friends are watching as they are rounded up one by one. Times of persecution has begun. Ever since it started on Kristallnacht 38, when liberty died and truth was denied. Sent away on trains, sent on a one-way trip to hell. Enter the gates, Auschwitz awaits. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away, and all hope turns to dust. When millions burn, the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames.
I should have put the history bit in here. There was a country in depression, there was a nation in despair. One man finding reasons everywhere. Then there were rising hate and anger, the Führer's orders still apply. Who was to be blamed and sent to die? Ever since it started on Kristallnacht 38, when liberty died and truth was denied. Sent away on trains, sent on a one-way trip to hell. Enter the gates, Auschwitz awaits. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away, and all hope turns to dust. When millions burn, the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away, and all hope turns to dust. When millions burn, the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames. There we go. There we go. You can suggest songs. There's a good chance I just don't know them, but I do have a list of songs to learn. I did learn 2 new songs for this one, so you can suggest songs and I will try and learn them. I need more practice on Midway before I can do it, unfortunately. Try to get the... Yeah, I got sick and lost a lot of my lung capacity, so I'm slowly working on it. That is some very good advice. I'm working on getting my lung capacity back. I'm working on getting it back. More than I'd be comfortable. Do I know Stormtroopers? Well, I'm glad you asked. That one's in the set list. Red, yes. Oh ho! Aren't you gonna be surprised? Ho 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 ho! Those are coming up. Thank you. Yes, that's some good singing advice. I got sick a long time ago, and then again recently, and it really kicked my lungs and I need to retrain. I need to retrain. But the ones that I wanted to learn were Templars. I am gonna take a minute before the next song to lighten the mood. Wolfpack, I do know Wolfpack. We can add that one. I do know Attack the Dead Men into the Fire and Primo Victoria. Ho 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 ho. We'll see which ones we do. I do not know Shotgun. We're gonna lighten the mood a little bit so we can get back. I just wanted to do that song the proper justice. I don't want to suggest like 40 songs. Well, 3 of those I know, and 1 of them is in the set list. Ho ho! So we'll see. We'll see how many I can fit in here, because I got about 3 hours to sing, so we can put quite a few in there. Someone made a thumbnail. Space Sloth Quantum Hacker Boogie. I need to know what that is. Your singing is good. Thank you. I'm not a metal voice, so I'm pretty self-conscious about singing it. 7 Pillars of Wisdom. There we go. I sadly need to go to sleep. Have a good rest. This will be up permanently and it will have timestamps. So you can put Rise of Evil. Okay. You can rest assured you can come back at any time. It will be timestamped by the time you're awake and you can resume from any portion. Ho 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 ho. So it will be up and you can listen to it anywhere, anytime, at all times. And you'll be able to go to the specific songs you want to. Which I like. Ho ho ho. Templars is good. It is. A lot of these ones, I've listened to them in the car. I'm just not good enough at singing them yet. Because I listened to Midway. I'm just not good enough at singing it yet. I can't sing it without the voices in the background. Like I need to sing it with him first a few times until I can do it on my own. No Bullets Fly. I don't think... Do I know No Bullets Fly well enough to sing? I might. I do love that one. The other one I wanted to learn, I think, was Bushido. Red Baron! Well, Red Baron is on here, and it's on here soon. Oh ho! Did I put the same song on here twice, Lamau? Okay, hold on. I'm going to replace this song with... There we go. I had one song on here twice, so... Metal voice comes from strong last. Sickness can sap that. Yeah. I accidentally put Devil Dogs on here twice because I moved it up. So I swapped in a song. Ho ho. It is a fast one. It is a fast one. Ace is in exile. There we go. For Primo Victoria, I stay. Then I sleep. Oh, okay. I guess you're gonna miss 40 to 1. Guys, you forgot Bismarck. Oh, we did Bismarck earlier. I love Bismarck. Bismarck is the one that got me into Sabaton, actually. Oops. There we go. Bismarck is the one that got me into Sabaton. There we go. Winged Hussars. I do like that one. I don't know well enough to sing. But I will put it on the learning list and we'll have another Sabaton karaoke in I think a month? Gives me time to learn enough of these. Ooh, resistant bite, very nice. And last stand, very nice. Panzerkampf, very nice. I almost have enough songs for another stream just right here. Did I? Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. Red Baron. Well, surprise, surprise. Ooh. Ooh. What's that? What's that? What's that? It would be fun. I have never tried speaking Swedish. I could try and learn Carolus Rex in Swedish, but I haven't done anything in Swedish. You lighten the mood with Christmas truce. I do not know Christmas truce. I have enough songs for a second Sabaton set list for next month. Let's go. Women. Yeah, we can definitely lighten the mood with women. I may need to learn Brazilian. Oh, Portuguese. Okay. You want to buy Sabaton from Panzerkampf? I got into Sabaton because Azur Lane, a mobile gacha game of boat anime waifu girls, teased the release of Bismarck by tweeting out the lyrics to Sabaton's very recently released song, Bismarck. And then I'm like, oh, this slaps. This is good. This is good. So that's how I got in. Oh boy, I hope you avoid heat stroke, Kranang. That sucks. Hammer of the Fallen. There we go. Dreadnought. Dreadnought is on my list to learn already. Oh, Aterero Dominatus. I love that one. Okay, I will start singing so that we have more time to sing more songs. I will start singing so that we have time to sing more songs.
Through the gates of hell, as we make our way to heaven, through the Nazi lines, Primo Victoria. Been training for years, now we're ready to strike as the great operation begins. We're the first wave on shore, we're the first ones to fall, yet soldiers have fallen before. In the dawn they will pay with their lives as the price. His story's written today. In this burning inferno, know that nothing remains as our forces advance on the beach. Aiming for heaven, though serving in hell. Victory's ours, their forces will fall through the gates of hell as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Primo Victoria on the 6th of June. On the shores of Western Europe, 1944, D-Day upon us. We've been here before, used to this kind of war. Crossfire grind through the sand. Orders were easy, it's kill or be killed. Blood on both sides will be spilled. In the dawn they will pay with their lives as the price. His story's written today. Now that we are at war with the Axis again, this time we know what will come. Aiming for heaven, though serving in hell. Victory's ours, their forces will fall through the gates of hell as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Primo Victoria on the 6th of June, on the shores of Western Europe, 1944. D-Day upon us.
Here we go. This song is a few minutes after midnight on June 6, 1944. The D-Day landings commenced on Normandy. The amphibious landings of Allied infantry and armored divisions were undertaken to open a new front in the war against Nazi Germany and its allies.
Of June 1944, Allies are turning the war. Normandy, state of anarchy, overlord, aiming for heaven and serving in hell. Victory's ours, their forces will fall through the gates of hell as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Primo Victoria on the 6th of June, on the shores of Western Europe, 1944. D-Day upon us, through the gates of hell, as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Primo Victoria on the 6th of June, on the shores of Western Europe, 1944. Primo Victoria.
There we go. Omaha is the one more portrayed because the defenses were pretty much intact. The other four beaches, there were barely any defense after the bombardments. Ooh, yeah, there were several landing sites that different countries were given essentially different landing sites on the beaches to storm. Omaha was the American division, correct? Omaha was where the Americans were quartered? Because I know Britain stormed its own one. Juneau. They stormed Juneau, yeah. Boink. Sorry, moving myself a little closer. Yeah, there were several. I think it's very interesting and probably a very good thing. Oh, Canada. Canada got Neptune. Neptune, which formed as part of Operation Overlord, was designed to storm German defenses on the French coast and establish a beachhead to strike further into Normandy. The Allied forces would land at 5 different places: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juneau, and Sword. There we go. The actual landing at the shore was only to take place after a lot of other chess pieces had been moved. It was vital to the success of the operation that the paratroopers and commandos would go in first, soften up the German defenses in the rear, and disrupt their communications. Ho ho! Night Witches is Russian. Yes, Night Witches is about a Russian troop of female strike bombers. They struck at night, and it was an exclusive female aviation unit. Juneau was the least defended? Ah, yes, their sword. Voice barely allows me to change pitch, but I'm gonna have to learn. Yeah! I do not have any tips for power metal. That one's out. But for me, for general singing, the best thing you can do is just start singing along with the radio. If you want free vocal training, sing along with the radio. You will get practice. Like, I sing pretty decently because I've been singing my entire life. I just have more practice than most people. So, sing with the radio. Whenever you hear songs, sing with them and you'll train your voice. And stop when it hurts, but slowly you'll be able to sing more and more and more. Then when you're looking into getting good at singing, you're going to want to either approach a singing teacher, or you're going to want to get a mic, some software, and start listening to yourself. You're going to want to either get mic monitoring so you can listen to yourself live. I have that so I can hear myself. That way I know when the reverb is on and off. Or you can get a free program like Audacity. Sing, listen to yourself, take notes, sing again, listen to yourself, take notes. It's a slow process, but it works. And slowly, as you sing and you get used to singing, you'll get more comfortable with your voice, the way it sounds. You will get a broader range because you're just practicing more. And you will get a better lung capacity because as you continue singing, you're going to practice your diaphragm, which means you'll be able to go longer and longer and longer without taking breaths. Reverb. Yeah, reverb. Oh, sorry. th 9th Bomber Regiment was so successful that the Luftwaffe would give out an Iron Cross upon the confirmed kill of a Night Witch. Ooh, an awarded normally requiring 23 aerial kills to attain. Dang. Heart of Iron in the last I love the last battalion. Can we get No Bullets Fly? Maybe that was put in there. Maybe I already put that in there a little later. Maybe that's coming up in a few songs. Maybe. Need core strength too, gotta have that torso support. Yeah, you need to sit upright when you sing. Yeah. I shrimp. I sing while sitting. I am like a music teacher's worst nightmare. I slouch and I sit cross-legged on my chair when I'm singing, so doing like the they're gonna be like, why? No, stand, put your chest out. And I'm just like shrimp. So I might not be. I am a musical teacher's worst nightmare. There we go. Baptized in fire, 40-1. I'm gonna have to do this high. We'll see. It's shrimp allows. Yeah, we'll do this high. I will not be doing Christmas Truce. I don't know that one well enough. So silent before the storm, awaiting command. A few has been chosen to stand as one outnumbered by far. The orders from high command: fight back, hold your ground. In early September it came, a war unknown to the world. No army may enter that land that is protected by Polish hand. Unless you are 40-1, your force will soon be undone. Baptized in fire, 40-1. Spirit of Spartans, death and glory. Soldiers of Poland, second to none. Wrath of the Wehrmacht brought to a halt. The 8th of September it starts, the rage of the night. A barrage of mortars and guns, stand fast, the bunkers will hold. The captain has pledged his life. I'll face my fate here. The sound of artillery strike, so fierce the thunder of guns. So come, bring on all that you've got. Come hell, come high water, never stop. Unless
you are 40 to 1, your lives will soon be undone. Undone. Baptized in fire, 40 to 1. Spirit of Spartans, death and glory. Soldiers of Poland, second to none. Wrath of the Wehrmacht brought to a halt.
Always remember a fallen soldier. Always remember fathers and sons at war. Always remember a fallen soldier. Always remember fathers and sons at war. Always remember a fallen soldier. Always remember buried in history. No vermin may enter that land that is protected by Polish hand. Unless you are 40 to 1, your force will soon be undone. Undone. Baptized in fire, 40 to 1. Spirit of Spartans, death and glory. Soldiers of Poland, second to none. Wrath of the Wehrmacht brought to a halt. No, no, no. Oh, thank you. Oh, dude, let's go. Thank you. The history of 40 to 1 is during the Nazi invasion of Poland, an event that marked the start of World War II. 720 Polish soldiers led by Władysław Ragnis held off 40,000 German troops for 3 days. They were outnumbered 40 to 1. The Battle of Windsor took place from September 7th to 10th, 1939. Big brains, that's right. They held out. They held out. They held out. There we go. I'm gonna have some honey. I keep some honey by my desk so I can just slurp it. They had a bear! Let's go! They had a bear! Of course they'd win. They'd have a bear. I remember the bear. You say that like you were there. I know. I know you weren't. But the way you type it makes it sound like you were there. Honey is best for your throat, yeah. I keep it by so that I can get a nice coating on my throat whenever it gets dried out from talking too much. I used to... So, before I got sick, I could stream for like 8 hours. I did... I have done it on occasion, but it is just very bad for me now. You might notice if you look at like the videos I upload VODs from Twitch. Voices of the Void VODs. I struggle to play that game for less than 6 hours, and I always feel sick the next morning. I'm close. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Actually, that's rad. That's super cool. That's Neato Burrito. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. That's Neato Burrito. Oh, I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed. A milestone. The bear did cigarettes. No. The bear was in Africa and was enlisted into the army so they could bring him to Italy. Because 30 years earlier during the battle for Auschwitz, they had to fight with zombies. Wait, was that Attack of the Dead Men? Was that when they gassed a whole troop and they're like, we're gonna die anyways, so charge. Go, you're gonna die. Might as well take as many of them down with you as you can. Might as well. All right, let's see. Wait, there's Snoopy and the Red Baron. Attack of the Dead Men. Oh, there we go. Neat. Okay, cool. I know that one. Here we go. I'm gonna pull up the history for this one. There we go. Oh no! Oh! The 21st of April, 1918, the Red Baron Manfred von Richthofen dies. A great symbol of World War I, Manfred Albrecht Freie von Richthofen, known as the Red Baron, was a killer in the skies. On April 21st, 1918, his red triplane came to a stop and he was killed by a single bullet through the heart. Oh! You should see the Drona guy, Bill. It's Snoopy! Ghost in the Trenches, that might be in here. I might have that one in the queue. Mayhaps. I'm gonna try and practice. Go practice and have fun. Most important is sing songs you like and have fun. If you make the experience enjoyable, you'll do it more often. Have fun. Oh. Man and machine and nothing there in between. The flying circus and the man from Prussia. This guy in a plane, this man commands his domain. The Western Front and all the way to Russia. Death from above, you're under fire. Stained red is blood, he's Roman iron. Born a soldier from the horseback to the skies. That's where the legend will arise. And he's flying higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye, the legend will never die. First to the scene, he is a lethal machine. It's bloody April and the tide is turning. Fire at will and it's the thrill of the kill. For in a day shut down with engines burning. Embrace the flame, Red Squadron leader. Call out his name, Rote Kampflieger. In the game to win, the gambler rolls the dice. 80 allies paid the price. And he's flying higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye, the legend will never die. Higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast again, he's flying too high. He's flying higher, an eye for an eye, the legend will never die. Higher. Like their commander, the men of Just 11 painted their planes in bright colors and distinct patterns. One was yellow with a black tail, one was green and dark brown, one was blue and had stripes, and another had a checkered pattern. Woohoo! Born a soldier from the horseback to the skies, and the legend never dies. And he's flying, and he's flying, and he's flying higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye, the legend will never die. Higher, the king of the sky.
fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye. The legend will never die.
There we go. They were known as the Traveling Circus. Richtofen's Traveling Circus, as it was always sent to where the fighting was heaviest. There we go. I'm gonna have to add some more songs to the list, so let me pull this up. Okay. This one was requested. Do I know this one? Do I know this one? I'm gonna mute this and just preview it. Oh, I know this one. Okay, alright. Yeah, I can add that one. Alright, I added 3 more songs at the end there. 3 more. The Great Stream. It takes a certain degree of being badass when you don't try to camouflage your planes, but instead make them bright and visible as possible so the enemy have more time to feel fear. Yes, it also helps every other plane because now they're focusing on you. Soldier of Heaven is not on the list, unfortunately. But this one is. I learned this one! I learned this one! I spent time learning it. I learned this one! One of the 2 songs I was able to learn that are new for me. I'm just gonna listen to it in the background and refresh myself. Let's go! I already have the history. I already have. This one's pretty fast. So teehee. Teehee. Cliffs of Gallipoli. I don't know that one, but I can add it to my list. Gallipoli, Gallipoli, Gallipola. There we go. I did a thing! I did. Soldiers of Heaven. I have an entire set list for next month now. Cliffs of Gallipoli is so sad yet powerful. Oh. Alright. I think I can do this one. Alright, here we go. We're gonna give it a try. We're gonna give it a try. No bullets fly. That one was put in there. Hoo 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 hoo. Hoo hoo. That one's in there. Tee-hee-hee.
There's a standstill in the war, repeating what's been done before. It must come to an end, a few will transcend. They were under 25, and under fire they would thrive. The Sturmline is born, their enemies scorn. A glimpse of the future, new tactics in war, new doctrine in combat explored. As fast as lightning, there's no time to mourn. A glimpse of the future and Blitzkrieg is born. Strike at zero hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemies' eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a fast and violent escalation. Out of the trenches, the Stormtroopers rise. Jaegers led the way, the pioneers would join the fray. Initiative gained, advancement sustained. Led through direct command as they're advancing through the land. Encircling their flanks and ravage their ranks. Expose their reinforcements, destroying their lines. New doctrine in combat aligns. Infantry attacks, exposing the cracks. New combat ideals on the Kaiserschlacht's fields. Strike at zero hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemies' eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a fast and violent escalation. Out of the trenches, the Stormtroopers rise.
The song The Stormtroopers is about the smaller, well-trained, and well-equipped units of soldiers who would break the stalemates of the front lines. How much time do I have? A bit of time, I have a bit of time. When Quartermaster General Erich Ludendorff took over German High Command in 1916, he knew that he needed to change things if the First World War was to be won. The traditional tactics were a thing of the past and were not working. I'll finish the rest of this in a little bit.
Glimpse of the future, new tactics of war. New doctrine in combat explored. As fast as lightning, there's no time to mourn. A glimpse of the future and Blitzkrieg is born. Strike at zero hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemies' eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a fast and violent escalation. Out of the trenches, the Stormtroopers rise. Strike at zero hour with overwhelming firepower. They're fueled by the fear in their enemies' eyes. It's a shock troop infiltration, a fast and violent escalation. Out of the trenches, the Stormtroopers rise.
Wow! Unkillable soldier, I'll put that on the list, but let me finish the history here. To break the stalemate of trench warfare, he and his command explored the qualities of individual soldiery. By 1916, the idea of the Sturmtruppen had begun to take root within the German army. The year of battles, as it would be known at Verdun, the Somme and the Galicia, had again demonstrated the futility of throwing waves of men against entrenched defenses. The Stormtroop concept offered something new, a cadre of highly trained, motivated, and specialized assault units. The original Sturmtrupps were brought to life in the mountain battlefields of the Vosges and the Carpathians and the Argonnes. Here, the terrain did not allow for continuous lines of trenches, and the defenders had to build a series of separated strongpoints instead. Fighting the confined spaces of narrow mountain paths favored aggressive shock troop tactics, and the first Stormtroopers were great at circumventing enemy positions and infiltrating their perimeter before attacking from the flanks and the rear. Woo! Sandy, that was the destroyer that fought the... Sandy is, like San Diego is a light cruiser. I don't know who fought Yamato. Great way to finish off work. I'm glad! I'm glad! So it was the unkillable soldier. There we go. I now almost have enough for 2 more Sabaton. I'm probably gonna have to do like a Sabaton karaoke every month at this point. I have so many new songs to learn. Steel Commanders. There we go. Lady of the Dark. Okay. Yamato, the most well-known coral reef. Let's see. Let's see. Lady of the Dark. I have most of the songs I know on this set list. So we shall see. Ho ho! We shall see. I'm learning these songs. I'll probably do another Sabaton karaoke next month, which will give me time to learn a few more songs. A few more. Hopefully I can learn 4 or 5 more. And then I can hopefully learn how to do a death metal. Roar! Hopefully I can learn. So many songs. Yeah, I'll have to sing again in 2 days. We getting the only song you know. What's the only song you know? Wait, no, I don't want spoofy. Not spoofy. There is no Christmas truce today, unfortunately. I don't know that one. However, it is on the list to learn, so we can maybe have it for the next one. Look at the Metalizer album. Is Metalizer the one with, oh, what's it? What's the song? Is it the one? Metal Machine? No, it's not. That's not the one that has Metal Machine. It's close to midnight and he's howling at the moon. Which one's that one from? I don't know. Here we go. Seconds introduction. Woo! Share your birthday with them. Ooh. Come down below, an enemy spotted. So hurry up, rearm and refuel. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 sec. I need to remember this. I forgot it under the panic of now doing it in front of people. I'm pretty close, but I feel like I'm off. There we go. Metalizer is with the hammers fallen. Oh, okay. So hurry up, rearm and refuel. Ugly the bombers under frame. Tactical issues, yup. It's okay. See, I can do this thing with audio routing where I can hear it and you can't. Was the code of the air, brothers, heroes, foes. If you like Metal Machine, check out Metal Medley. Oh, okay. So yeah, big brain fart, big brain fart. Big brain fart. There we go. If you love Metal Machine, yeah, I like it. Humu humu. Okay, I got it. There we go. I got it now. Boom. There we go.
From down below, an enemy spotted. So hurry up, rearm and refuel. But through the bomber's damaged airframe, see wounded men scared to the bone. Look to the right and then look again, and see the enemy in the eye. No bullets fly, spared by his mercy. Escorted out of harm's way. Fly, fighting fair. It's the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Killing machine, honor in the sky. B-17, flying home. Killing machine, said goodbye to the cross he deserved. He risked his life 2 times that day to save an unknown enemy. Escort to safety out of the kill zone. A short salute, then departed. Fly, fighting fair. It's the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Killing machine, honor in the sky. B-17, flying home. Killing machine, said goodbye to the cross he deserved.
Here we go. Following a successful air raid on the German city of Bremen, Charlie Brown's American B-17 bomber Ye Old Pub suffered damage. When German airfighter ace Franz Stiegler was ordered to shoot it down, he risked his life to escort the bomber to safety instead of attacking. This will be voted and timestamped.
Fly, fighting fair. It's the code of the air. Brothers, heroes, foes. Killing machine, honor in the sky. B-17, flying home. Killing machine, said goodbye to the cross he deserved.
Whoa! There we go! The 2 pilots met up here. Yes! The 2 pilots did meet up later. They did. They did. This is my YouTube karaoke's will be up. You can see it anytime, anywhere, at all times. And it will be timestamped so you can go to the songs that you want to hear right away. So, hoo-hoo! Family of one of the pilots went to a concert and met the band. Let's go! Nice! Here we go. So the next one, I'll give you the history. The most dedicated Aboriginal, or First Nations, we say now, soldier in Canadian history, Francis Pegamagambo, was born to be a sniper and concluded World War I with 378 kills and captured over 300 prisoners. Bavarians and Austrians of this time were already deploying skilled hunters to take out individuals in the enemy line. Given the range and quality of their front-loaded guns, the nature of war mostly being advancing from formations over ground. It was the development of better guns and, more importantly, better scopes that enabled the terrifying sudden death from far, far away by a single shot. And in 1914, the Germans pioneered and improved the tactic again, employing skilled hunters who were now equipped with strong binoculars and high-precision scopes. Although their guns were at first of average quality, ranging effectively roughly 300 meters, they were soon equipped with the Mauser G96 rifle with a 1-kilometer range. As hunters, they were not only skilled shots, but also experts in patiently waiting out their enemy from a camouflaged position. Pegamagambo was remarkable in many ways. He was a Canadian Aboriginal, which meant that he was treated as a second-class citizen in his own country, or rather, not a citizen at all, as Canada at the time did not grant citizenship to people of Native descent. His exact date of birth is unclear, but it was sometime around March 9th, 1891, on a reservation now known as Shawanga First Nation. A newborn Francis discovered next to his mother, who died giving birth to him. He grew up in an adoptive family where they were part of the Perry Island Band, which is now the Wasauking First Nations. Pegamagambo made his living working on the Great Lakes as a musician in a band. While he was a sailor, he was given a small leather pouch as a protective talisman, and the story goes that his belief in his protective powers was what would propel him to superhuman feats on the battlefields of France. The war eventually broke out, and the recruiters of the Canadian Army weren't keen on enlisting men from the native tribes and even turned away volunteers at the times. But Francis had his sight firmly set on joining the war, and he enlisted immediately. By August 20th, 1914, Francis was on his way to Valcartier, Quebec, the training base for Canadian soldiers bound for Europe. After that, he found himself in England, and in February 1915, he arrived in France to train in trench warfare tactics at the Ypres salient. When deployed to the front 2 months later, he was confronted with the first German gas attacks. The trenches were a shocking experience. The constant fear of death from artillery fire, snipers, mines, and bombardment from the air. And then there was the hellish experience of going over the top to face the enemy's wall of gunfire. Most soldiers did what they had to survive and follow orders, while many soldiers broke down or were killed before they could even describe what to do. There were a few men like Francis Pegamagambo who seemingly found themselves at home and went far beyond the call of duty at immense personal risk. I am talking about Ghost in the Trenches because it's next! Ho-ho! That's right! It's Ghost in the Trenches is a song... Ghost in the Trenches is a song about... Pegamagambo. Thank you for saving it! Alright, we'll see if this one works, but there we go. Okay, it does work, it does work, it does work. Okay, alright. Let me just reopen that. Oh. Oh. Bonk. There we go.
Move between the lines, a soldier breaking the confines. A force deployed from overseas, a war in foreign land await the eager recruits. And in their midst among the men, a soldier with a different past returned to his roots. Into battle, the gas has them pinned. Then this soldier invokes the spirits of the wind. Under fire, a ghost that roams the battlefield. Move between the lines, a soldier breaking the confines. Just another man and rifle, marksman and a scout revealed. Makes his way from trench to to trench alone, moving undetected, and on the fields of Passchendaele, a guiding light for reinforcements finding their way. And in the battle of the scarp, bring hammer over no man's land and fire away. In the battle, the gas had them pinned. Megambo invoke the spirits of the wind. Under fire, a ghost that roams the battlefield. Move between the lines, a soldier breaking the confines. Just another man and rifle, a marksman and a stout reveal. Makes his way from trench to trench alone, moving undetected. Under fire, a ghost that roams the battlefield. Move between the lines, a soldier breaking the confines. Just another man and rifle, a marksman and a stout reveal. Makes his way from trench to trench alone, moving undetected. Francis stayed and fought throughout the war, made his way until the end, alive.
Yay! Nice-o. There we go. That one is one of my favorites, actually. That one is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna take this down for a second. See how big it is. Oh boy, we have outgrown the set list once more. I'm going to make this smaller. There we go. Okay. I keep having to resize my set list. Because I added songs. Definitely not a problem for a karaoke, though. Definitely not a karaoke problem. Gonna head off to bed. Have a good night. Rest well. And thank you. You're half a quarter Aboriginal. That's neat. That's rad. There we go. I love nearly, if not all, of Sabaton songs. Yeah, yeah. I wish I knew more well enough to sing. I do listen to a lot of it. It's just I don't know well enough to sing. There we go. Omniel's just asking what's for dinner. I have to check what's in the freezer. The stream to end all streams. The stream to end all streams. Here we go. All right. Is this from that one? No, this one. Whoa. This one came out in 2008 and it's from The Art of War. They don't have a page for it on their website, which sucks. The legendary stream. It's most important to have fun. It is. It is. It would just be me making up stuff. Me freestyling on some of them because I don't remember. Attero, no. During the Battle of Passchendaele, roughly 500,000, or more accurately, 448,614 people were killed on the side of the Allies. Assuming that each of these men traveled the mile in question, and that while 100 calories are taken to run an average mile, the total burned in the mud with military equipment was closer to 200 calories. So what is the price of the mile? Have to go out in the heat. Pain. Yeah, 1K sub said I can raid. That'll be cool. I'll be able to raid Tabby. The price of a mile. There we go. Get the full intro.
Throw your soldiers
Have
into
fun,
positions
Grenna.
whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight.
Hear the sound of the machine gun, hear it echo in the night. Mortars firing rains the scene, scarfs the fields that once were green. It's a stalemate at the front line, where the soldiers rest in mud. Roads and houses, all is gone, there's no glory to be won. Know that many men will suffer, know that many men will die. 500,000 lives at stake, ask the fields of Passchendaele. Next night falls the general calls, and the battle carries on and on. What was the purpose of it all? What's the price of a mile? Thousands of feet march to the beats, an army on the march. Long way from home, paying the price in young men's eyes. Thousands of feet march to the beat, it's an army in despair. Knee deep in mud, stuck in the trench with no way out. Thousands of machine guns kept on firing through the night. Mortars placed and wrecked the scheme. Guns the fields that once were green. Still a deadlock at the front line, where the soldiers die in mud. Roads and houses since long gone, still no glory has been won. Know that many men have suffered, know that many men have died. 6 miles of ground has been won, 500,000 men are gone. And as the men cried, the general called, and the killing carried on and on. What was the purpose of it all?
yes, it will be saved. Next time, I will learn how to pin things. I will learn how to pin messages. That way there's no confusion. Karaoke VODs will be up forever for all time to be seen anywhere. And then we'll have timestamps. My cat says hello. I'm gonna just check if she's asking for some water. Hello, baby. Hi. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, baby? Hello, baby. Hello. Hello. Hello, baby. Yeah, what's up? What's up, baby? Filled up her water cup. Carolus Rex sung fluently in Swedish. No, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, but no Swedish. However, comma. However, comma. You don't get a miracle, you get a discount miracle. You get a Dollar Tree miracle, okay? Discount miracle. You get it in English. Discount miracle, discount miracle. Charles the 12th of Sweden, or Carolus Rex, ascended to the throne at the age of 15. He was a strong believer in the divine right of kings and spent his whole life at war to expand or protect the Swedish Empire. Carolus Rex is Charles the 12th of Sweden, not Charlemagne. Here we go, here we go. There we go. English version. English. He did. He died. He died from grape shot. It's unknown whether it was an accident from one of his fellow soldiers or if it was an enemy shot, but he did perish.
Me, it's my time to rule at last. 15 years that I've been waiting to sit up on my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. Crowned by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. They thought I was too young to rule the land, just as they failed to understand born to rule. My time has come, I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the skies. See Carolus rise. With the Lord my protector, make them bow to my will, to the skies. See Carolus rise. To the skies, see Carolus lies.
I'm a step.
Proved in battle, led my men to victory. No man alive or dead commands me, I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and I. What was set in heaven, and so it shall be done. I know I was destined to rule alone. All for myself, I have claimed the throne, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. Seek Carolus Rex. With the Lord my protector, make them bow to my will. To the sky. Seek Carolus Rex. To the sky. Seek Carolus Rex. All that's thine shall be mine, there's no stopping me. All over Europe my rule shall be questioned by none. All I say give to me, that is my decree. My will be done. They thought I was too young to rule the land, just as they failed to understand, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the skies. See Carolus rise. To the skies with the Lord my protector. Make them bow to my will. To the skies. See Carolus rise. To the skies. See Carolus rise.
Yay! Here we go. The history of Sweden is in many ways the story of her kings. Since the founding of the modern Swedish state with the reign of Gustav I of Sweden, the course was set by the will of the monarchy. Breaking free of the shackles of the mighty Denmark, Swedish kings subsequently sought to enlarge Swedish might with dreams of a new Scandinavian empire, a dominium maris Balticti, the north of Europe and across the Baltic Sea. Sweden realized its imperial dreams and expanded its borders towards Estonia and Livonia and established a strong Swedish presence in the northern coastline. This, of course, attracted the attention of equally ambitious neighbors. As it was always the dreams of mighty dynasties and noble houses, their ambitions were soon accompanied by conflict, competition, and war. Each Swedish king inherited the enemies and animosities of the past. Sweden had already crossed swords with the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and Russia, but it would be King Gustavus Adolphus' involvement in the 30 Years' War that set the empire on what would be a downward spiral in the long term. So he was on there. From what I understand, he was a guy that could defend Sweden like hell, but never won a single war. He could defend like nothing ever seen, though. Alright, I have 3 more songs. Oh, I don't! I doubled up on a song! No! Oh, I doubled up on a song again because I moved it up in the list. What shall I replace it with? What shall I replace it with? Search. There we go. 1 year ago. Let's see. You know what? mute it. You know what? I'll replace it with this one because I saw someone ask for it earlier. Alright, there we go. The number is fixed. The number is fixed! Someone had requested it earlier. So we'll find out what that is. Ho 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 ho! I wish they released... I wished more people released their own karaokes. I know it's a thing in Japan. It's way more like... Karaoke's a bigger thing over there, so bands will release on their CDs. You'll essentially get a 5-track CD instead of a 10-track, but the other 5 tracks are instrumental versions so that you can karaoke at home with your friends, your favorite songs. So it's very common for albums to come with karaoke tracks on them so you can sing them. The Last Stand. We'll see. Oh, this one's even older. This one's from 2006. Woo! This one's from 2006. And it means destroy tyranny. The next one. Aterero Dominatos. I'm not tall enough to fly. No! On April 16th, 1945, the Battle of Berlin kicked off and lasted until May 2nd. It represented the last major offensive of World War II in Europe and resulted in the Soviet army capturing the German capital. If there's an instrumental break in this, I will give you personal history with this one. It starts immediately. Attero Dominatus. Berlin is burning. Denique Interimo. The Reich has fallen. We stand at the gates of Berlin with 2.5 million men. With 6,000 tanks in our ranks, we use them as battering rams. Artillery leading our way, 1 million grenades have been launched. The Nazis must pay for their crimes, the wings of the eagle's been broken. Marshal Duke's orders, serve me Berlin on a plate. Disregard the losses, the city's ours to take. Attero Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique Interimo, the Reich has fallen. The price of a war must be paid, millions of lives have been lost. The price must be paid by the men that started the war in the 30s. The spring of the year 45, the year when the Nazis will fall. We're inside the gates of Berlin, the beak of the eagle's been broken. Comrade Stalin's orders, serve me its head on a plate. Disregard the losses, the eagle's land's ours to take. Attero Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique Interimo, the Reich has fallen. My family escaped East Germany. My great-grandpa, the one that was on the Prinz Eugen, was kept in a gulag in East Germany and managed to escape over the wall. My Oma, who was only 2 at the time, escaped with her mom. At at the time the Berlin Wall was built, there was one train stop between West and East Germany. They packed nothing but a bunch of empty jars, the clothes on their back, and sewed a bunch of money into my Oma's stuffy. They rode the train, said they were going cherry picking, and then never came back. My great aunt, so my Oma's great aunt, who was 80 at the time, ended up staying in East Germany because she was too old.
March, fight, die in Berlin. March, fight, conquer Berlin. Aterero Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique enterimo, the Reich has fallen. Attero Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique enterimo, the Reich has fallen. Attero.
There we go. Personal history with that one. My Oma's great aunt, she lived till my mom, she got to see pictures. My mom didn't get to meet her, but she saw pictures of my mom. She got to see pictures of my mom, but never got to see her. Because I think when the Berlin Wall came down after Mom and Neil was born. Yeah, so she never actually got to meet my mom, but we were able to send pictures of Mom and Nilly over to that great aunt. Never got to meet her, unfortunately. So yeah, Oma Nilly, this has to do with the Red Cross. Oma Nilly is, she was like 2 at the time. They sewed money into her stuffy, and they said they were going to go visit a museum with my great aunt, who was too elderly to essentially rehome at the time. And she rode the train with them to the stop that was on the West Berlin side. And they got off and never got to see her again. Never got to see her again because at the point that the Berlin Wall came down, my family had moved to Canada. So they were taken in by Red Cross in West Berlin, and they were reunited with my Uropa, my great-grandpa, who had crossed the wall illegally, shall we say. Red Cross brought my family back together in Bavaria. So, that is the personal history of Aterero Dominatus, for me at least. Wondering how I would sing Screaming in You. Here, I like that one. But I don't know it well enough to sing it, so I'll add it to the list. The thing is, this is just at the lowest end of my range. Some of them I can sing low, some of them I sing high, but I have to sing like an octave higher. There we go. Are you German? Soon to be, actually. They are reopening dual citizenship for Canadians and Germans later this year, and I will be applying for my dual citizenship. As a first-generation Canadian, since Mom and Neil was born in Germany, I will be eligible to apply for dual citizenship. So soon, I will be German. Soon I will be German. Both sides of my family come from the eastern side of Germany, but were forcefully rehomed down to Bavaria. Both of them were at different times. And they met in they didn't live anywhere near each other. They didn't live anywhere near each other. But both of them have most of their family roots. One of them has in what is now the Czech Republic. But it's an area kind of on the border between, but is now part of the Czech Republic. One side of my family comes from there, and they moved to Bavaria. And then the other, at the time it was Germany. So they are German. At the time it was part of Germany, question mark. And the other side came, they were custodians of a castle in Eastern Germany. I have to ask Omanio which one, but Essentially, they were just groundskeepers. Sudetenland, yes, Sudetenland. So, Sudetenland was an area between Czechia, the Czech Republic, and Germany, where both Germans and Czechs lived in peace until World War II, when Big Funny Mustache Man forcefully ejected all of the Czechs, which is generally regarded as a bad thing. So then, when the war was over and the treaties were signed, that land was given to the new Czech Republic. That land was given to the Czechs. And then my family was told to leave. And you know what? Fair. Fair. My family has no feelings on that, because we moved and we settled down and made new lives. And there are people alive, like Openilly lived there, right? But they have no like attachment there anymore, if that makes sense. Like all of the familial attachment is down in Bavaria now, because that's where all of our family is now. So we don't really have anything where it's like, no, kind of thing. Yeah, when the IRL lore is bigger than the VTuber lore. So, yeah, that's the history of that one. No one in my family's too terribly ripped up about that. Not gonna lie. I mean, we live in Canada, so we really don't care. We moved to Canada, so we don't care. And the family that lives in Germany is very happily in Bavaria. So, and I'm sure most others as well are probably as understanding, considering the times. So that is family lore for that one. I think it's always nice to add a little bit of it. It's not a thing. It is not a thing anymore. It's not a thing anymore. So it was an area where both Germans and Czechs lived. And during World War II, Hitler was like, that is my land. Because in the initial parts before the war started, he kept pushing for territory and kicking people out and saying, well, that is traditionally German, referencing the tribes of Germania, which is different than Deutschland, okay? Because the tribes of Germania, right, the greater European area is like really wide, and there's a lot of groups that currently don't associate with Germany, right? So, he made pushes and people were like, oh, I can see that, okay. And then he pushed for more and more and more. And then people were like, okay, he's not gonna stop. And that's when World War II started. That is when, yes, the Germanic tribes. The Germanic tribes are different than Germany. We call them Germany in English, but they are Deutschland there, right? There is a distinction because there are some Germanic tribes that are in Germany, but not all Germanic tribes are German. And that was the fallacy that started the expansionist phase of World War II. Meine Mutti kommt aus Bavaria. Bayern! We're very close to München. So yes, there's a lot more area if you look at the maps, because like this is going back and essentially Italians saying, well, Rome owns all of this land in Turkey and we're of Roman descent, so it's our right to take Bosnia-Herzegovina and Turkey and Cyprus and Greece. The Romans owned that. That's the equivalent, right? That was the kind of equivalent of it. So yeah, just imagine today an Italian being like, well, the Romans had this. It's like it's not how this works, buddy. Yeah, it wasn't really a thing. It was just an area with German and Czech people, right? So it was kind of, that's why people were so easy to relinquish it to Funny Mustache Man at the time. But yeah, both peoples lived there. It was both of their homes, and then the Czech people were wrongfully pushed out, right? So you're new here. Hello, hello. Romania is the real empire. There was a specific YouTuber who made like an hour-and-a-half video on it, and OMG was bad. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what's there now because my family hasn't been there in a long time. But like a lot, yeah, a long time. Because of there being so many tribes is the reason why Germany has so many different names based on language. It comes down to who met which tribes. Yes. And it's the same reason, like there's so many Germanic, like Germanic is just like, again, it is a root, but it is not, it's like saying that Canadians, Australians, British people, and Americans are the same because we all speak English, right? Because we all have English as our first language. Therefore, we must all be the same. That is, yeah. That's what, I don't know enough about Prussian history to comment on that. I do not know enough. So I will go to the second last song. I will forever blame Bismarck, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I wonder what the last song is, guys. We are an upside down. British English is objectively wrong. It's the original English. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. That's because they're the Anglo-Saxons. They were the Saxons, a Germanic tribe. Again, this is the whole tribes of Germania thing. The Anglo-Saxons. That developed into the English. And then they went all over the place. The Brits are wrong. The Brits are wrong. Old man yells at class. It's not me who's out of touch. It's the children. Closer to the English spoken by Shakespeare than the English spoken in modern day England. That is interesting. I've heard that about Quebec too. But that's just because their language has evolved. There we go. Here we go. No, it is not, Pengo. It depends what country your teacher is from. American English is not the most common form. It honestly depends where the teacher's from. A lot of places do get British English as their teachers, like especially in Africa as a continent, because there was a lot of British settlement there. A lot of their English lessons are British English. In Japan, it's a mix. It comes from where your teacher is from. So it's like a fitty. That's the thing. Lots of international programs. Lots of international programs are highly based off of the individual teacher. And visiting my cousins in Germany in their English class, it's not that they're taught British or American English, but they're taught the fundamentals of grammar that you're taught in like grade 4. And then the flavor of English you speak, because like our grammar is all the same, right? The syntax and grammar of how we speak is the same. It's just your accent where you speak English, and your choice of words will be heavily influenced by your individual teacher. So it's not it's common because a lot of YouTubers are American, and they will show that they're teaching, and the kids that they're learning from are learning their accent, right? It's all dependent on your teacher, really. It's all dependent on your teacher. So there's a 50% chance of it being British or American, but it just depends the country's relations, how good their, like, come over and teach your language things are, right? So it would be really hard to calculate that statistic. Because again, they're not intentionally teaching you accents and dialects. They're teaching you the basics of how to speak and understand written English, essentially. And then the accent is whatever the heck you get for a teacher. The accent is whatever the heck you get for a teacher. And when I went to their English class and my cousins asked me for help, I looked at it and I was like, I have not been taught grammar in this level. Like, they are learning higher level English grammar. A German is more fluent in English than any native English speaking person. They learn far more about how our sentences are formed than we do in school. So the real English speakers are the Germans. Teacher model went, I should. Gotcha, English. Yeah, it's entirely dependent on who you get as a teacher. So a lot of Americans like to travel abroad and will teach English. In the European Union, British. It would have been British English. Closest. I feel like some of these lyrics are wrong. Okay. Yeah. Google tried to give me the lyrics to Wolfpack and it's like, cowboy! No. German does have a completely different structure than English. It does. It does. So the best English speakers are going to be your Germans. It's so weird. It's so weird because, like, my family, obviously born and raised in Germany, they speak English in a German way. Like, they put it in German. I don't know how to explain it, guys. Sometimes I do it too because I've been listening to that my whole life, right? So the order in which I say words comes out like really wrong. And it's like, wait a minute. I was just talking to Mom and Neil on the phone. That's why. That's why. German and Russian always sound angry. That's only because German and Russian, you've only ever been shown wartime media. I'll die on this hill. You've only ever been shown media of Germans and Russians from World War I and II and the Cold War. So you're hearing a lot of soldiers getting yelled at, orders being yelled, people freaking out. You're hearing military, like, drill sergeants yelling. Like, that's the equivalent of if I showed a Japanese person only Saving Private Ryan and that one where he's like, show me your war boot! The kind of thing. Show me your war face! So, if you listen to Bavarian English, so Schwäbisch, not English, Bavarian German, Schwäbisch, they do not use, like, consonants, like, at all. Like, they add the sh sound to everything, right? So Kunst, which is art, becomes Kunst. And, like, sometimes you get it so thick. I have an Uncle Carl. He speaks in such thick Schwäbisch, I could not understand what he was saying because it all just flows into itself. I could not make out individual words. Listen to Schwäbisch and you'll be like, whoa, that sounds different. Aria of the Night. Aria of the Night is a mother yelling. Number one, it's opera. It's a mother yelling about cursing her daughter for liking the wrong guy. It's a song about a mother cursing her daughter for not following her orders. That's another just angry. That's another angy. Oh, here we go. I gotta rush before Mom and Neil gets home. I gotta rush before Mom and Neil gets home. Here we go. Here we go. Even if you... maybe. I might have. We'll see. Kugelschreiber? Say Kugelschreiber? A pen? A pen? A Kugelschreiber? Schmetterling! Eichhörnchen! Hallo, ich bin Vanille. Ich komme aus Kanada. Meine Lieblingsfarbe ist blau. Krankenwagen? Krankenwagen, ja. I love that for ambulance. Here we go. Okay. No, you did not miss the singing. I just got on a really long tangent. Here we go. Eichhörnchen. A small one-horn itty bitty one-horn rhino. Oh, I'll tell a brief story after this, but I'm terrified of submarines.
To their own shore came the World War Glees and the Ingham, leading the Bury West. Took the short way in, the long route back, Convoy 92. Bury, Glees, and Ingham leading tankers to the west, and upon the North Atlantic lies the silence of the sea. On the quietest night, in the darkest hour, the Kriegsmarine appear. Above the surface it seems quiet and calm. Deep down below the Wolfpack lurks. To their own shore came the World War Glees and the Ingham, leading the Bury West. In their own track came the Wolfpack Glees at the convoy into the hornet's nest. At the crack of dawn, the second day, Bury stands in flames. Half the convoy sunk or disabled, heading back to the shore. But below the North Atlantic, on the bottom of the sea, on the second night, in the darkest hour, the Kriegsmarine returns. The Wolfpack surfaced for a second time to make the convoy face its fate. Oh, to their own shore came the World War Glees and the Ingham, leading the Bury West. In their own track came the Wolfpack Glees at the convoy into the hornet's nest. Under fire, underwater, May 42, when Bury did fail the test. To their own shore came the World War Glees and the Ingham, leading them into death. 569 makes the contact and lead them. U94 scores a kill in the dark. 124 sinking 4 into approaches. 406 suffers failure on launch. U569 makes the contact and lead them. U94 scores a kill in the dark. U124 sinking 4 into approaches. 406 suffers failure at launch again. In their own track came the Wolfpack, leads of the convoy into the hornet's nest. Oh no, what's waiting down below? The Wolfpack lurks awaiting you to follow, to bleed. It's time for you to return, they decide. Oh no, oh no, the Wolfpack's waiting for them to come. You'll see below the surface waits for you. Oh, I did that early. Don't know what's waiting down below. The Wolfpack lurks awaiting you.
The merchant ship convoy on 92 was en route to America from Britain. Was detected by the Wolfpack Hecht, a group of Nazi U-boats patrolling the North Atlantic. Only 3 ships were sunk. Yes, only 3. I think that's because you can't really destroy non-battling ships. Rules of war and all that. Rules of war. Submarines aren't scary. It's not that submarines are scary. I could go in a submarine on the surface. I like watching videos of deep sea stuff. I could not go in a submarine under the deep sea. Okay? I watched the movie The Abyss. And I am scared. I did not realize I had a phobia until I watched that movie. And oh my lord. And it's not a quick death. You hope that the submarine implodes. You hope. The rules of war, heart of war. The rules, it's free real estate. So the Abyss made me scared of deep sea submarines in specific. Submarines on like the surface, okay. Videos of the deep sea, fine. The Abyss scares me. Das Boot that shows the U-boat crew, but it's a drama. Oh, Das Boot. No, I don't think I want to watch that. For anybody that knows Soma, I'm fine watching playthroughs of Soma. That's not scary. It's just being in a submarine trapped under the deep sea is horrific. That, no, I'm good. Guys, what could the last song be? What do you think the last song could be? I wonder. What would be pretty thematic? I wonder. Attack the Dead Men? No, I'm gonna save that for the next one. If I sing all the songs I know, then I won't have something to buff out the next one. Not to hell. What would be thematic? No, we've already done Primo Victoria Pyric. It's on the list. What could it be? Brum. Someone outside. What could it be, I wonder? Battle of Moscow? No! I wonder if it's... Oh, gasp! I need to put the in there. The last song! There we go. It's DoorDash! Yeah! The last stand is the last song! More Bismarck. Yes! It's the last one. I will be sure to include Attack of the Dead Men on the next one, though, because I love that one. Defend the bomb! There we go. So our last one will be The Last Stand. This is the same Max guy that makes his own instrumental covers. Oh, billions of people are requesting he does The Last Stand. Bismarck is great. I love Bismarck. You take that back. You take that back.
In the heart of the Holy See, in the home of Christianity, the seat of power is in danger. There's a foe of 1,000 swords. They've been abandoned by their lords. Their fall from grace will prove their path to damnation. Then the 189 in the service of heaven, they're protecting the holy line. It was 1527, gave their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, gave their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of his glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell their story again. Under a guard of 42, along a secret avenue, Castel St. Anglo is awaiting. They're the guards of the Holy See.
What? Okay, we're doing this again. Take two. Take two. I messed my timing up. I gave it too long. I have to put the scuff version in there. That's okay.
In the heart of the Holy See, in the home of Christianity, the seat of power is in danger. There's a foe of 1,000 swords. They've been abandoned by the lords. Their fall from grace will be their path to damnation. Then the 189 in the service of heaven, they're protecting the holy line. It was 1527, give their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, give their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of the Lord, in the name of his glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell their story again. Under a guard of 42, along a secret avenue, Castel St. Anglo is awaiting. They're the guards of the Holy See, they're the guards of Christianity. Their path to history is paved with salvation. And the 189 in the service of heaven, they're protecting the holy line. It was 1527, gave their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, gave their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of his glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell their story again.
Swiss guards, protectors of the Vatican, stood against an invading horde during the sack of Rome in 1527, giving their lives so the Pope could make his escape.
Dying for salvation with dedication, no capitulation, annihilation, papal commendation, reincarnation, heaven is your destination. Dying for salvation with dedication, no capitulation, annihilation, papal commendation, reincarnation, heaven is your destination. In the name of God, for the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way, the sword, give their lives so boldly, for the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of his glory, for the faith, for the way, the sword, come and tell their story, give their lives so boldly, come and tell the Swiss Guard story again.
There we go! Thanks to Max Sub-Zero for making these instrumentals. Very well done. Very well done. Yes, it is not about the Crusaders. It's about the sack of Rome. Hello! So, that is the Sabaton karaoke for this week. I went longer than intended, but this is never a problem on karaoke. It's never a problem to go longer in a karaoke. Never a problem. Alas, I lack the rating function. That comes when you hit 1,000 subscribers. So share with your friends, family, loved ones, your dogs. Woo! But I need to decide the theme for next week. And I think I'm gonna go to my wee roots as a VTuber and do anime openings and endings. But anime openings and endings. We're gonna do a nice themed one for that. Expect some Haruhi Suzumiya. Expect maybe, some Cody Yas. Some Oron High School Host Club, Madoka Magica, maybe. We'll see what I put in there, but I'm gonna be doing any songs. OPs, EDs, and inserts. So, and it's not No Love Live. I know, sad, I know. No Love Live. I'm gonna have a Love Live exclusive karaoke again soon. Maybe some Genesis, that's right. Maybe. Maybe. Another song. No, if I sing any more songs, I'm gonna run out of like backup songs for the next karaoke. So 1 month from now, I will do another Sabaton karaoke, and we'll do some of the ones that I like but weren't on here, like maybe Metal Machine and Attack of the Dead Men, maybe. And hopefully I'll have Midway, Dreadnought, and some of the others that I like learned. So, One Punch. We'll see. I have a very interesting anime taste, so it's gonna be all over the place. Some of the Sabaton office vids on YouTube have the JP translation. Let's go. Bismarck was sunk on her first sortie, and the only notable she did was land an impossibly lucky shot. Bismarck was sunk on her first sortie because she was sent out early. The sister ship Tirpitz hadn't been made yet. It was sent out earlier than it was supposed to go, and sacrificed itself so that the Prinz Eugen could get away. Lucky Eugen could get away. Essentially, they parted ways. They were going together. They went earlier than they were supposed to. They went together, and they parted ways because they knew that they would have to pick one, and their chances of survival were better if they were apart. The Bismarck was hunted. That's right. The Bismarck lost the 50-50. Of course they're gonna hunt. The Bismarck was a treaty-breaking ship. It was way larger than it was supposed to be, packing way more firepower than it was supposed to. The ship was designed to piss everyone off. The ship was designed to piss everyone off. So they're gonna hunt it because it is also a flagship. It is The Bismarck, named after Otto von Bismarck, a very, very famous person in German history. So they're definitely gonna hunt that over the Prinz Eugen, which is a heavy cruiser, light cruiser, heavy cruiser. The Bismarck just had more potential threat. So it is what it is. The Bismarck was hunted and was sunk. So, I'd like to, but I gotta save it for the next time. Or I'll run out of songs to sing. If I sing all the songs now, then I won't have any to sing for next time. Hey! I can't exactly raid anybody. I can't raid anybody, but if you are into ship girls, do not say raid or anything because I'm not raiding. If you're into ship girls, there's this cute girl named SS Isa, who is streaming right now. Don't say anything. If you want to watch another VTuber, I recommend her. She's cute. She is a ship girl, a singing boat VTuber. She's getting a new model soon. So I do need another. Only 45? Oh my god! Only... Damn! That's cool! Okay, sorry. That hyped me. Have a great night. Rest well, and I'll see you next week. I'll make sure to make the waiting room again on Monday, so you can get notified. Bye! Otsu Cookie! Got back to see you leave. Goodbye! Go and sit inside. Fine, I will. Bye! Oh. Bye-bye. I've been sentenced to the bad corner. I'm leaving. I've been sentenced to silent prison. Goodbye. Fare thee well. See you next week.